So we join the Dolphins on the next third down. It's 3rd and 5. The previous play was an incomplete pass from Brissett after the Raiders. The Raiders basically didn't buy the play action. So what do we have on this third down? We've got trips right. So 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen on the offensive right and X tight. So you can see Shaheen at the top of the screen is basically lined up in a receiver position. So the routes, we have Smythe, who's running the 11-yard in. Gaskin, who's going to check and pass pro and then release into the flats. You can see the purple flash there. Fuller is going to run the real route, so almost run a flat, then run up the sideline. Waddle is going to have an inside release, then is going to be out breaking at 10 yards. Then Parker is going to run the good old 9 route or the fade. One massive issue with this, straight away, you can see that we've got 3 receivers in the same place. And we'll look at why that's probably more on film. But first of all, let's look at what the Raiders are doing on D. So, as with the last third down, the Raiders are playing 2 high, so 2 high safeties. And they're playing cover 1 or man underneath. You can see I've numbered the defensive players, matched them up with the offensive players. One change on this is the free safety is going to buzz down and basically get into the passing lane to take the in route away from Brissett that Smythe is going to run. Let's get into film and have a look at it. So we're just going to we're not going to spend too much time about route combination. I want to really just look at the Smythe route. But first of all, let's look at the trips at the bottom of the screen. We're just going to run it through. And at this point, right now, we've got DBs covered. Everyone's covered. The safety's over the top. And it's just a mess. Look, right now, all the coverage is really tight. They have the safety over the top. Sorry, just saw a message come through that the safety over the top. And so right now, they have the spare body here. So if we go back down and look at the Smythe route, really what I'm getting at, it's just a horrible play design. So Smythe here is going to run the in-breaking route. So he drives off. This is pretty good coverage, but there's a push off right now. So Smythe breaks in. There is some separation, but you can see that the safety's buzzed down and is about to take that route away. This isn't the O-line's fault. This isn't the quarterback's fault. It's not the player's fault. This is a poor play design. It just sucks. No other way around it. So that aside, let's get onto the pass protection and see how that works out for us. Okay, so O-line versus D-line. Again, pretty straightforward. We've only got 5 down linemen in pass protection with Gaskin going to come through on a check release. So check the linebackers blitzing. If not, he's going to release into the flat, and that's exactly what he does. Do you know what? It's pretty solid. 2 things I want to point out though. On the last play, I was a bit questionable about Dieter's technique at centre, but this time, he sees exactly how it should work and does really well. He picks up the defensive tackle. Great work with Hunt, and then Jackson at left tackle throws the defensive end to the ground, which I love. So you know what? Let's get a look at film, and it will make more sense. Okay, so here's Jackson. Obviously, this is Dieter at centre. Let's look at Jackson first. He's much maligned last year, does a really good job. Kick back, keeps everything square. Now, he's made the decision to turn because the defender, whilst isn't physically touching his shoulder, is on line with his shoulder, gets him, intercepts him. He's a little bit high, but do you know what? Results in the defender going to the ground. Absolute win. Great, love to see it. Now, Dieter's play is a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit more technical. We know he has to snap the ball to the quarterback. Goes into his hands. First mission accomplished. There is naturally sliding more to his right. So I think they've had a conversation about who the more dangerous player is, or he's just got a feel for it. His partner in crime, Hunt, is in good body position, but the defender literally slants into the play side A gap. Dieter is there, engages, takes up the block. Then now that's freed up Hunt. So they've essentially treated it like a defensive stunt where they'd hand the defender off. That's now freed up Hunt. So if there was any problems with Eichenberg's defensive end, that he was free. So this is it doesn't look like much, but this is really pretty. Also, jab to the throat, take that defensive end. Really aggressive play. My wife, as I mentioned before, is a Notre Dame fan. She would love to see this, but she's a Jets fan, so we won't talk about that. Just good play, and as we watch it go through, Brissett does the only thing that he can do, a scramble. So remember, if you've made it this far and you've liked what you've seen, please like and share it, especially sharing it, and try and help me to get my work out there. We really appreciate it. Now let's have a quick look at grades. Considering the play design, you can't punish the players for running the right route. Everyone ran the routes, I assume, correctly. I've got no reason to say otherwise. But props to Jackson, who had a tough season last year. He's got a 1 grade. Dominated the defender. So good play. Let's move on.